November 15th, 1958, Ohio State at Iowa. The Buckeyes, after winning a national championship in 1957, come into this game slumping a little. After winning their first 4 games, they have suffered a loss and 2 ties in their last 3. They are 4-1-2 overall. Iowa is 6-0-0 and on a roll. They were tied 13-13 in Week 2 by the Air Force Academy, and since then they haven't lost. They are currently ranked number 2 in the AP poll, while Ohio State has slipped to 16th after being preseason number 1. It should be a good matchup. There is the opening kick, and it's fielded at the 7 by Bernard Wyatt. He returns it 30 yards to the 37. The Hawkeyes start 1st and 10 from there. The quarterback is Randy Duncan from Des Moines, Iowa. He fakes in the middle and gives on a counter to Wyatt, and he is hit at the line, fumbles, and Ohio State recovers. 1st and 10 at the Hawkeye 33. Jerry Fields is the quarterback. He fakes, then rolls around right end to the 24. Gain of 9. 2nd down. Fake to White in the middle. Handoff to Don Clark off right tackle, and he will go into the end zone untouched. A 24-yard touchdown run by Clark, and Ohio State breaks fast for a 6-0 lead. There's the snap, the hold by Dick LeBeau, and the kick is good by David Kilgore. Ohio State leads 7-0 with 13:55 to play in the first. Here is the kickoff. It's taken at the 7 again by Wyatt. This time he gets to the 29. Iowa 1st and 10, trailing 7-0. This time Duncan gives it to John Nocera, the fullback. He is hit hard at the 31 by Dan James, gain of 2. 2nd and 8, Duncan fakes the handoff and throws over the middle, and the pass was dropped, intended for Curtis Mertz. Duncan threaded it between 3 Buckeyes, but Mertz couldn't hang on. 3rd down, Duncan fakes a sweep, swings a pass to Nocera, and he will have the 1st down and more as he gets it to the 47, gain of 16. The handoff this time goes to Wyatt, and he gets to the 49, 2-yard gain. Duncan drops back and throws to his left, complete to Curtis Mertz. He's hit and dropped immediately by Jerry Fields, gain of 5. 3rd down play, Duncan hands it to Don Horn, who is hit but breaks a tackle and gets a 1st down with his 2nd effort. Here is a handoff to Wyatt, and he gains 4. Ohio State was offsides on the play, and Iowa will take the penalty. 1st and 5 from the Buckeye 35. Iowa is driving. Here's a handoff on a sweep to Kevin Furlong. He slips and falls at the 32 after a 3-yard gain. There is a give to Wyatt, running hard up the middle, and he gains 6 yards to the 26. Brings up a 3rd down and 1. Randy Duncan drops back to throw and fires it complete for the 1st down. Kevin Furlong hauled it in at the 15 for an 11-yard pickup on a 3rd and 1 play. 2 tight ends. There is a give to Nocera, and he might have squeezed out 2. 2nd and 9. Jim Marshall, a junior from Columbus, made the tackle. Duncan fakes, then runs, moves to the right, and pops a pass to Mertz, who is wide open, and he edges it within 1 yard of a touchdown. Nice play. Seemed to catch Ohio State off balance. 1st and goal at the 1-inch line. Duncan dives over, and the Hawkeyes have replied. 13 plays and 69 yards, a very impressive response. There is the snap and the kick by Bill Ringer, and it is 7-7 with 8:24 to play in the first. The kickoff is fielded at the 3-yard line by Don Clark. He runs it back to the 27. Jerry Fields is the quarterback. Clark goes in motion right, and Fields gives it to Dick LeBeau going left. He gains 4 on the play. Full house. Fields pitches it to Don Clark. He gets a block, 2 blocks, and he's in the clear again. He gets it to the Iowa 38 for a gain of 31. Fullback Bob White and Fields, the quarterback, both got good kickout blocks, and Clark broke 2 tackles along the way. Here is a handoff to Clark, and he is stacked up in the middle of this time. 4 or 5 Hawkeyes plugged that hole. 2nd and long. The give this time is to Bob White. He crashes over right guard and knocks it down to the 29. LeBeau goes in motion. Clark gets the handoff, and he is cut down on a nice play by Robert Prescott. Nice stop. Brings up 4th down for Ohio State. Dave Kilgore will try a 49-yard field goal, and it is off to the left. No good, and Iowa holds and will take over at the 20. Here's a handoff to the fullback. He's hit and fumbles, and Ohio State recovers. So the Buckeyes get it right back at the Iowa 25. Handoff to Bob White, and he gets 3. White was the hero in last year's game. 2nd and 7. Give to White again, and he gets 3 more. Brings up a 3rd down. Clark in motion. Fake to White. Fields keeps it, and he looks to be short of the 1st down by a little. The Buckeyes will go for it on 4th down this time. Fields fakes to White, rolls left. He gets quick pressure and throws. Incomplete. The Buckeyes have missed 2 good scoring chances in a row now. 1st and 10 at the 18, and Kevin Furlong gets the handoff. He is stood up at the 21. This time Duncan hands to Donald Horn, and he has a nice hole up to around the 28-yard line, close to the 1st down, maybe a little bit short. 3rd down, Duncan gives to Bernard Wyatt, and he has the 1st down to the 30. Duncan fakes the handoff, drops back, and gets hit by Jim Marshall. Shakes him, but flips it wildly, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Nearly a disaster for the Hawkeyes on that play. Duncan drops back and throws to Furlong at the 40, but he backtracks a couple. He almost had the 1st down until he backed it off. Iowa was guilty of a clip on the play, so they will do 2nd down over again from their own 25. Duncan throws it to Murs out to the 32. They gain back 7 yards, brings up a 3rd and 8. Duncan drops back, pumps to his left, throws over the middle, complete for a 1st down, just inside the Ohio State territory to Jeff Langston. Duncan fakes and rolls right, flips a screen to Donald Norton, and he is hit for a loss. That was Bob White coming up from outside linebacker to make the play. Duncan fakes it to Furlong and rolls left. He decides to keep, breaks through a wave, and gets it to the 40, close to the 1st down. That play ends the 1st quarter, and the score is all tied, Ohio State 7, Iowa 7. The Hawkeyes have a 3rd and 4. Duncan fakes a handoff, drops back, and can't find a receiver. He dumps it, incomplete, intended for Don Norton. Punt formation. The kick is away and it bounces dead inside the 5-yard line, so Iowa has pinned Ohio State deep. Fields, the quarterback, pitches to Don Clark. There's that man again rounding the right for a gain of 8. Clark has 5 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown just into the second quarter. 2nd and short, there is a handoff to Bob White cracking over his right, and he gets 7 more to the 19. This time it's Clark hitting right side out to the 24. Gain of 5, first down. Excellent blocking on the right side of the line right now. Fields pitches to Clark, running right, and he gets 5 more yards, outside to the 29-yard line. The Hawkeyes have 11 men near the line trying to stop this ground assault. Fields hands to White, and he breaks free, streaking over right tackle all the way 70 yards for a touchdown. Right tackle Jim Marshall threw a key block, and the Hawkeyes were out of position after White broke through the line. There is the snap, and Kilgore adds the point. With 11:43 to play in the half, Ohio State leads 14-7. Bob White kicks off for Ohio State, and it's fielded by Bob Jeter at the 10. He returns it to the 34. First and 10 Iowa. Here is a counter play to Willie Fleming, and he has a hole and gets to the 44. A gain of 10. Fleming goes in motion. Duncan takes the snap and hands up the middle to Bob Jeter, who gets 3 to the 47. Both teams are moving the ball. Duncan drops back to throw, pumps once, then lets it go, and it should have been intercepted by Tom Matty, number 41. He couldn't hang on. Duncan drops back, can't find a receiver, so he tucks it, gets hit, and the ball pops right into the hands of Jim Marshall. He's running down the left side and is finally tackled at the 12-yard line. Jim Houston, number 84, applied the pressure and popped the ball out. Big break for Ohio State. Fields bellies it to Bob White, and he fumbles. There's a scramble, and Iowa has it right back. That makes 3 times the Buckeyes have squandered good scoring opportunities. Duncan barks the signals, falls down as he gives it to Willie Fleming on the fly, and he bolts around the left end for 28 yards to the 35. Willie Fleming has dug Iowa out of a hole. This is Bob Jeter on a power sweep, and he rumbles out to midfield for a 15-yard pickup. The Hawkeyes are driving again. Ball is spotted just inside the Buckeye territory, and there is Fleming on a counter, and he gets almost 5 more. Nice running by these Iowa backs right now. Duncan gets the snap, pops a quick pass to Bob Prescott, and he can't hold on. Brings up a 3rd down. This looks like the same play. Duncan can't find a receiver, flips it underhanded. It's tipped by Jim Houston and caught by Don Horn, who is running lateral to the line. And he picks up a wall of blockers, gets to the 40, the 35, and is tackled at the 31. First down, Hawkeyes. It wasn't drawn up that way, but it worked. Duncan hands it to Jeter going right, and he is tripped by LeBeau at the 26. Gain of 5. Hand off to Fleming. He dips inside and tries to bounce out and is knocked down for a 2-yard loss. 3rd and 7. Duncan drops straight back this time, fires quickly, complete for the first down. Prescott made the catch. Gain of 10. Duncan takes the snap and fakes a handoff. Bootleg action. He throws a pass and a diving catch is made by John Nocera, the Hawkeye captain, at the 14-yard line. 2nd and 7. Handoff to Nocera and he's hit at the line, breaks a tackle and powers to the 10. 3rd down. Duncan with a give to Nocera again. He picks his way over right guard to the 6. 1st and goal. Duncan fakes it, bootlegs right, and throws a pass into the end zone too high for Curtis Murs. Murs stands 6'4", so it was very high. 2nd and goal. This is Willie Fleming. He dips inside and gets the edge down to the 1-yard line. Fleming's speed has hurt the Buckeyes. Duncan gives to Fleming, who cuts between 2 blocks. Touchdown, Iowa. Jeter sealed the left end, and Nocera kicked out on the corner, creating the seam for Fleming to take it in. Prescott adds the extra point, and Iowa has tied it 14-14 with 4:55 to go in the first half. The Hawkeyes have controlled the football so far. Ohio State has scored quickly and failed to capitalize on Iowa mistakes a couple of times. It's an offensive showcase so far. Here's the kickoff. It's fielded at the 7 by Dick LeBeau. He has an opening and gets it out to the 34. 1st and 10 for Ohio State. Jerry Fields is still the quarterback. He fakes to Clark and drops to throw. Lofts it over the top of the defense, and Jim Houston has it in the open, and they finally catch up with him at the 1-yard line. A 65-yard bomb. Iowa's defense is getting burned by big plays. 1st and goal. Handoff to Bob White, and he is in there easily for the score. It's 20-14 Ohio State. Kilgore in for the conversion, and it is good. Ohio State regains the lead 21-14 with 3:50 to play. 2 plays, 66 yards in 1 minute and 5 seconds. Here's the kickoff. It's taken by one of the up men, Randy Duncan, the quarterback. He gets to the 38, and Iowa has good field position again. Duncan drops and rolls right. He throws, and it's ruled incomplete. There was a lot of coverage there, but the ball got to the receiver. Duncan drops again, throws to his left, and it's incomplete again. The Hawkeyes have time left, but they are airing it out. Duncan, play action this time, flips the screen to Fleming, and he has blockers. He cuts it back across the field. He's at the 30, the 20, and is finally knocked out at the Buckeye 5. A 57-yard screen pass from Duncan to Fleming, and Iowa is threatening again in this back and forth offensive shootout. Duncan gives it to Bill Gravel this time, and he gets only 1 yard. 2nd and goal from the 4. Duncan fakes to Gravel, rolls right and throws, and it is caught for the touchdown by Bill Ringer. The Hawkeyes have come right back. 5 plays, 62 yards, and the key play, a 57-yard screen pass to Willie Fleming. The The conversion kick is good, and with 2:39 to play, we are all tied up at 21 all. The kickoff is fielded by Don Clark, and he gets it back to the 31. Ralph Gage, number 30, a senior, is in at quarterback. He fakes a handoff, drops back, and he will go down at around the 25. Loss of 5, 2nd and long now for Ohio State. Full house backfield now, and Gage sneaks forward for a couple yards. Woody Hayes seems content now to run out the clock. There is a whistle, and it's too much time by Ohio State, a 5-yard walk-off. Gage takes the snap, moves forward again. Iowa isn't stopping the clock either, and the first half will come to an end. A great offensive half for both teams. It's Ohio State 21, Iowa 21. Here is the second half kickoff. It's taken by one of the up men, Bob White. He's tackled at the 38. Ohio State will start from there. Fields the quarterback, pitches to Don Clark heading right. He shakes off 5 Iowa defenders near the line, turns the corner, and gets to the Iowa 49. 13-yard gain. Fields hands it to Bob White, who plunges over right guard and gets 3 to the Hawkeye 46. There's White again. This time he was stacked up for a short gain. Brings up a possession down for Ohio State. Fields pitches to Don Clark. He cuts it up but only gets 3, and it will be 4th and 2 for the Buckeyes. This game is tied, and Woody will gamble and go for it. Fields looks back and forth, gets the ball, hands to White, and he has it. First down. That has to be shades of the final drive from last year for the Hawkeyes. The Buckeyes are working the clock now. Pitch out to Clark. He cuts sharply off right end, breaks a tackle at the 25, and he is gone. Don Clark has done it again, racing 37 yards, and the Buckeyes regain the lead, 27-21. LeBeau to hold. The kick by Kilgore is good. 28-21 Ohio State. Bob White squibs this kick, and it goes out of bounds, 5 yards against Ohio State. Here is the kick again, taken by Kevin Furlong at the 10. He slips, gets back up, and out to the 24-yard line. Furlong's slip negated the 5-yard penalty on the first kick. Duncan hands it off right guard for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. This is John Nocera, and he gallops to the 40 for a gain of 13. A nice hole was opened up by left tackle Johnny Burrows on that play, and Nocera took advantage of it. Duncan gives it to Fleming, and he gets hit and drugged down for a short gain. He hurt the Buckeyes in the first half, so they might be looking for him right now. Second down, Duncan drops straight back. Passes to Furlong in the flat, and he has room, getting to the Buckeye 44 for 15 yards. Randy Duncan is balancing the Hawkeye attack with a touch of artistry so far today. Here is the handoff to Nocera, and there isn't much there, but he does wedge out a few yards. Here is a give to Fleming on the counter, and he gets about 4 yards to the 38. Brings up third and around 3 for Iowa. Duncan will throw for it, flips a pass complete for the first down. That was Furlong out of the backfield again, and he gets to the 21 for a 17-yard pickup. Duncan has the hot hand right now. Duncan slips it to Nocera inside, and he breaks it all the way for a touchdown. 21 yards. Duncan and Furlong carried through with that pass action again and left a few of the Buckeyes out of position. Here is the extra point try, and it is good. The officials took a while to signal, but it was true. And so back and forth we go as this has turned into a barn burner. Here's Don Clark returning the kickoff back to the 33. First down, Buckeyes. Fields hands it to Bob White over center, and he gets 4 to the 37. Second down. Fields fakes to White, options left. He cuts it up, breaks 2 tackles, and gets out to the 44. First down, Ohio State. Here is a handoff to White. He is driving and gets to almost the 49. Gain of 5. It looks like Woody Hayes is determined to possess that ball a little longer than they did in the first half. Handoff to White. Again, he's hit at the line and drags a defender for a yard. Brings up third down and 4 from midfield. Jerry Fields hands to White again, who cuts inside his right end and has the first down at the Iowa 41. Give to White again, and he gets 2 to the 39. That's 4 straight carries for Bob White, and he has carried 5 out of the 6 plays so far in this drive. Second down, quick pitch to Clark going left, and he is cut down after a short gain on a nice tackle by Bill Lapham, a junior from Des Moines. Third and 5, pitch to Clark, and he is cut down at the line of scrimmage by Don Norton and Gary Grauwinkle. Fourth and 5, Ohio State will go for it. No, they shift into punt formation. And there's the kick. It bounds out of bounds at the 22, so the Buckeyes didn't gain much there. And this is the first possession of the game that Iowa has a chance to take the lead. They have trailed or been tied throughout, as Ohio State has had an answer for every score so far, but not this time. Randy Duncan hands it to Nocera, and he dives out to the 29-yard line. Duncan fakes inside, hands it to Bob Jeter on a counter, and he has first down yardage to the 34. Duncan sets them again, hands it to Jeter, who slips it inside to Fleming, and he is hemmed in for a second, but bumps it outside and gets 6 yards out to the 40-yard line. Here's a handoff to the second man through, and he is stonewalled for a loss of 1. Brings up a third and 5. Duncan shoots a little pass complete to the 47 for a first down. Curtis Mers made the catch, and the Hawkeyes are threatening again. Here is a handoff to Jeter, and he gets 5, but Iowa was guilty of an illegal motion penalty on the play. Brings up 1st and 15. Duncan slips a draw, but not much is there. Big Bertho Arnold stacked up the play for Ohio State. He is a 290-pound junior from Columbus. Duncan drops and passes complete at the Buckeye 48 to Alan Miller, but a Hawkeye was offsides on the play, and that is 2 crucial penalties that have hurt Iowa. That would have been Duncan's 5th straight completion. Duncan drops back, completes a screen, but Ohio State was waiting for that one. Wayne Fontes made the nice play for the Buckeyes. Duncan drops back, throws complete again to Donald Norton, but he will be short of the first down. That brings up a punting situation, and it will end the third quarter of what has become a very tense struggle in Iowa City. It's Ohio State 28, Iowa 28. It's 4th and 12, and the Hawkeyes will punt to begin the fourth quarter. There's the kick. The Buckeyes let it go, and it bounces into the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 20. Fields sends LeBeau in motion left, counters back to the right with Clark, and he's hit for a short gain. Donald Norton tripped him up near the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. There is the give to Bob White, off right tackle, and he is hit for no gain. Gary Grauwinkle made the tackle with Charles Lee for Iowa. 3rd and 8, a key play here. Don Clark goes in motion left. Fields drops to pass, can't find a receiver, and he runs it. Slips a tackler at the 27, and he has the first down. He was stopped at the 37, but picked up a big 15 yards on the play. Full house backfield, and this time the handoff goes to Bob White. He gets 6 to the 43. Handoff to White again, and he breaks through an opening over the right guard and has almost 10 to the Hawkeye 47. White seems to have energy when everyone else is tiring. He did it to the Hawkeyes late in the fourth quarter in last year's Big Ten Championship showdown in Columbus. Full house, nothing fancy, and White plows left guard for 4 yards. Fields gives to White, and he's in the clear, dragging defenders down to the 20-yard line. 23 more yards for Bob White. A Hawkeye defender shot through the line but was chipped by Dick LeBeau, and that opened it up for White. Fields pitches to Don Clark, running wide this time, and he is strung out pretty well. He did turn the corner for a couple, but the Iowa pursuit was there. 2nd down, here's the handoff to White, and he knocks it down to the 13. Tight end and tackle are double teaming the defensive tackle, and LeBeau is kicking out the end. 3rd and 2, a long 2. Bob White is stacked up. Grauwinkle and Norton again made the play for Iowa. Big decision for Woody Hayes because the field's muddy right now, so a field goal isn't a foregone conclusion. They will go for it. It's White over right guard, and he should have it. It was close. 1st and goal. Fields hands to White, cracking over left side down to the 3-yard line. It's White over left side down to the 1. 3rd and goal. Everyone is in close, expecting White. Handoff to White, and he dives over. Touchdown, Bob White. White carried it 11 times for 60 yards in the score on that drive. Dave Kilgore adds the extra point, and with 8:55 to play, Ohio State leads 35-28. The Buckeyes chew nearly 6 minutes on that drive. There's the kick. It's fielded by Nocera at the 18, and he brings it back to the 35. The pressure is on Iowa again. Duncan drops back and throws it to his left, complete to the 43. Bob Jeter on the catch, and he gets 8 yards. Second and short, Duncan hands to Nocera, and he's tripped up after a short gain. Jim Tyrer made the stop for Ohio State. Here's Nocera over right tackle, and he gets the first down out to the 48. Duncan drops back to throw, shoots it left, and it's incomplete. That is one of the few misses in this half by Duncan. Second and 10 at the 48. Duncan drops again. He fakes once, throws, and is hit as he throws. And it is intercepted by Dick LeBeau at the 30. He's running it back to the 40 and gets drugged down at midfield by Bob Jeter. Unfortunate break for Duncan, who has played a fine game so far. The key was quick pressure from the left side by Jim Houston, defensive end of the Buckeyes. He bothered the throw, and LeBeau was there to pick it off. Here is Fields pitching to Don Clark going right, and he is in the clear and gets down to the Iowa 30 before Jerry Morin made the stop. 20 more yards for Clark. He and White have rolled up some huge numbers today. Counter to Clark, and he gets a couple down inside the 30. Ohio State is getting close to field goal range. There's Bob White straight ahead and down close to the 24-yard line. It will bring up third down. Jerry Fields hands to White. He's hit a couple of times, but break tackles down to the 20-yard line. That should be just enough for the first down. Time is dwindling now for Iowa. Give to White, and he gets 2 inside the 20-yard line. Handoff over right tackle to White, and he breaks it down to the Iowa 5. 13 more for Bob White, and the Iowa defense is looking tired. Fields hands to White again, and he is stacked up, maybe 1 yard on the play. Fields tucks it this time down to the 2, and in the middle of the field. A kick here is no more than an extra point. There's White again, stacked up in the middle. Fourth down, and Kilgore, the kicker, is in for Ohio State. LeBeau to hold. The kick is good, and Ohio State leads by 10 with 2:12 to play. That's probably the clincher, but with the offense we've had today, Iowa still might have a shot. Randy Duncan will be forced to air it out now. Nocera picks up a bouncing kick and gets it back to the 30-yard line. Duncan drops and throws complete to the 40, and fighting to the 43 is Don Norton. Second down. This time Duncan throws to his left, complete to Bob Jeter, who steps out of bounds at the 47. First down, and it stops the clock. Duncan, deep drop, and he is pressured and sacked by Jim Houston, back on the 35. And to top it off with, there will be a penalty on the Hawkeyes, tacked on. Duncan drops, flips it to Nocera on a screen, and he can't hold on. Duncan throws over the middle, complete to Jeff Langston, out to the 43. He is tackled, and that will end the game. The players congratulate each other in the middle of the field, and the fans are filing out. What a great offensive shootout in the Big Ten today as a talented Buckeye squad outgunned number 2 Iowa 38-28. There is Coach Hayes being carted off by some of the Buckeye players as he waves to the Buckeye fans down near the locker room. Some of the most gaudy offensive numbers in conference history went up today. Bob White killed Hawkeye hopes for a second year in a row with 209 yards on 33 carries, including a 71-yard touchdown gallop. He also carried 11 times for 60 yards in the go-ahead fourth quarter drive. Iowa stood toe-to-toe for the most part of this game, thanks in part to a Big Ten record performance by quarterback Randy Duncan. He completed 23 of 33 for 249 yards, including a short touchdown pass to tie it at 21 near the end of the first half. Bob White wasn't alone as tailback Don Clark scored on 25 and 37-yard runs as he gained 151 yards in 16 tries. The Buckeyes roll up almost 400 yards on the ground. A very impressive showing, not by one team but by both teams, but the Buckeyes will come out on top today with the final score being 38-28.